So Alex, 3 years on since your famous Olympic gold at London 2012. Still feels like yesterday, does it?
Feels like yesterday. I cannot believe 3 years or nearly 3 years has absolutely flown by. And the next Olympics in Rio is now highly on our minds, particularly this year. And it's flashing by. Time is going like nobody's business.
And going from gold, going to be very hard to top, isn't it? Do you think you can?
Yeah, they say it's easy to do it once, it's harder to repeat it. But everything we do on the water and in the gym, 7 days a week, training is all about getting that gold medal and repeating what I managed to do in London.
And how is training going?
Training's going really well. We're in a phase where we're just coming out of the winter period. So from September to April, we do our winter training, which involves a lot of testing and trialing, interspersed with the training. And we've just finished our final trials, so we're moving into the summer racing period now. This is the real fun bit coming up, and it's going really well. This year, 2015, is really important for us. It's Olympic qualifying year.
Yeah.
So we have to qualify our boat classes, whichever boats I end up in, are the boat classes for the Olympics the following year. So it's really important year, it's crucial.
And if we can just go back to 2008, obviously you narrowly missed out on making the team. How did that feel at the time? And do you think that's driven you on to succeed at 2012?
2008 was a difficult year for me, but then I'd had 8 years before that, 8 difficult years before that. So it was just another year. I had really let my team down. I'd been ill and injured throughout the year, and at the very last minute I was taken out of the boat for our qualification regatta. So we missed out on qualifying the boat I was in that year for the Olympics. And I was thrown a lifeline. I was sent to Beijing Olympics as a spare man, and that changed everything for me. It was there, sitting on the sidelines in Beijing, that I realised why I wanted to be a rower, why I wanted to go for an Olympic gold medal. It was like a light bulb moment, a flash of lightning, and it changed everything from then onwards. And 12 months after being a reserve at the very bottom of the team, I was then world champion 12 months after that. So the difficult times really helped me, actually. And I look back on those when I have difficult times now and know I can get through anything.
Absolutely. In 2013, MBE, how was that at the time? Just describe what you were thinking when you were awarded.
So I had Prince Charles presenting my award, and before you go forward, you're given a briefing about what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to say, what you can do, what you can't do. And it was like, walk forward, turn to your left, stop, bow, don't look in the eye, like all these instructions. And I was just so worried about, tripping over, doing it in the wrong order.
Yeah.
Prince Charles was amazing. He everybody before me, he had a little conversation with, and I was thinking, surely he doesn't know who I am. What's he going to talk about? And we had, it felt like a couple of minutes chat.
Yeah.
It was obviously probably only 30 seconds, but he had a chat about rowing and about an event that I was doing. It was coming up, and he was fully briefed about each person, and it gave a real personal touch to that moment, and I'll never forget that day.
Absolutely. And what first got you into rowing? And when did you think I can make a living out of this?
And so I'd always been involved in sport and activity, and it was just a friend of mine from school, a good friend, a guy called Alex Cook, who just asked me to come down to the local rowing club when we were at school. I was 17. He'd gone down for a summer course or a weekend course or something, and he said, "Come on, Alex, come down." He was a good friend of mine, so he knew what he was like. You'd really enjoy it. I was swimming, I did rugby at school, and school sports. So I was quite busy, and I didn't know anything about rowing. I had no interest in it, but he kept pestering me and he kept on at me. So eventually, just to shut him up, basically, I went down and joined in with the local boys, the local lads, the group there for the first day. And after capsizing and crawling out in the river, I loved it.
And do you remember your first race vividly?
I do remember my first race. It was with Alex, my friend from school, on the stretch at Evesham. Evesham Rowing Club is where we started. We didn't win. We didn't win a race. I didn't win a race for about 10 years. but it was it's fun and games, all fun and games, and really enjoyable. And I'm glad I took that opportunity.